the wake-up call with Flounder.
Cool beans!
April.
Apparently the phrase inflatable beaver has caught on.
And Paul.
Ding, ding, ding. You're like, this is a keeper.
It's the wake-up call. Flounder, April, and Paul. And joining us this morning is the wonderful Al Roker from the Today Show.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming on the show. Now, Al, you, I would have to say, are one of the most popular weathermen on TV. We see you all over the place, and you've gone up all the ranks. You've done that. But now also you're doing the Al Roker Entertainment. How are you fitting that into your already busy schedule?
I am part of a secret government cloning project. There are 3 of me. There's Dad Me, who's at home right now taking care of the kids. There's Today Show Me, that's at NBC right now in a closet. And then, of course, I have to come out of the closet, but that's another story. And then there's Al Roker Entertainment Me that produces programming for different various cable networks.
Seems that's the only way that it could happen.
Yes, it's true. Your government dollars at work.
So tell us how you got involved in the Border Town Laredo project.
Yeah, I read an article a couple of years ago about the narcotics unit of the Laredo Police Department. I mean, this is a small city police department that is, the city sits right on the Rio Grande River. On the other side of the Rio Grande is Nuevo Laredo, Mexico, and the drug cartels are pushing the drugs through the port there and the border crossing, and it goes from Laredo to the rest of the country. And these guys are, in the face of just tremendous odds, are waging this war with the drug cartels. And I thought, wow, that's pretty heavy stuff. So I made a phone call, and that led to another couple of calls, and flew down there and did some meetings, and here we are 2 years later, and the show's been on the air since mid-October, and knock on wood, we've got on Thursday nights at 10 o'clock, we've got a hit on our hands. It's a top 5 show on cable on Thursday nights. People are watching it, and we're really excited.
I've heard about this. I've heard about the drug cartels and the violence and the war that they're waging, but I've seen it on TV. I've seen it in the media, and I think what couples with that is people then just think, oh, this is just overblown. They're blowing it out of proportions. Like, what do you feel about that?
Well, it's not, because, look, this is serious stuff. It's not just drugs, but we're talking about transporting drugs, huge amounts of cash, weapons, human cargo, sex trafficking. These drug cartels are basically terrorist organizations. And, these guys and women of the Laredo Police Department, they're outmanned, they're outgunned, but every day they go in, they work insane hours trying to disrupt the flow of drugs. They know they're not going to stop it, but they're trying to disrupt it.
My parents are those Texas snowbirds, the people that live half the year in Texas, and I got to be honest, I didn't realize what was going on, and I think people living in different parts of the country, especially here in the Midwest, hear about it, but they go, well, it doesn't really affect me, but that's not really the case.
Yeah, but guess what? It does, because once you don't think those drugs are just staying in Laredo. That's not why these are multi-billion-dollar operations. They have a sophisticated distribution network. Those drugs move from Laredo to Los Angeles, to Dallas, to Atlanta, to the East Coast, and everywhere in between. And so I can guarantee you the drugs that are being used, the pot that's being smoked, the other drugs that are the heroin, all that stuff that's being used in the Midwest is coming out of Mexico, and odds are what came through Laredo. The fact is that if there was no demand, there'd be no supply.
And it looks like you have tapped into a way to finally show the world what's really going on.
Yeah, and there's a lot of other stuff going on, and probably in a bigger sense, but I think seeing what happens in Laredo gives you a real a ground floor view of the drug war and the war that the cartels are waging against us in this country.
Okay, it's called Border Town Laredo, and it's on A&E. When can people watch this wonderful show?
They can watch on Thursday nights at 10 o'clock. There are 2 episodes each night, each Thursday night, and also starting next Wednesday at 9 on the Weather Channel, we've got another terrific series starting called Coast Guard Alaska. Have you ever seen Deadliest Catch? Folks get in trouble. These are the people who rescue them.
Uh-oh, the other side of the story then.
Yeah, it's unbelievable how these we embed with the Coast Guard crew that flies out of Kodiak, Alaska. And the stuff they do, these rescue swimmers who drop 50 feet from a chopper into 20 and 25-foot seas and then swim 100 yards, 200 yards to a vessel to try to rescue people, get them in the basket, and then up into the chopper is just mind-boggling.
Wow.
Yeah, so we've got two really great shows on A&E, Bordertown Laredo, Thursday nights 10 o'clock, and starting next Wednesday at 9 on the Weather Channel, Coast Guard, Alaska.
Well, Al, it sounds like you need a couple more clones of you.
Well, that's it. Send in the clones.
Yes, to get everything done. Well, thanks for coming on our show this morning. Bordertown Laredo is on A&E to check it out. And Al Roker, you can see him on the Today Show on NBC. And thanks for coming on our show, The Wake Up Call.
Paul, April, thanks so much. Flounder, thank you.
Yeah, we'll see you later.
The Wake Up Call.
Woo!